It's been a whirlwind, okay? I won't keep you long because you're driving. But I just called the school and I got the secretary. They actually picked up the phone immediately, considering I thought it would be a long, I don't know, hard to get through. Okay, how's it going?
Going good.
You're okay now?
Yep.
Found what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Michaela's been doing her work for a little bit because she did have some access, so that's why she's sitting here reading to Zoe. Zoe, are you getting a story? Yeah. Ignore this big old phone in the middle of our workplace. Gotta move that, but it was a bit of a prop for this morning. And you got Charlotte over here.
Yeah. Hello.
Doing her regular homeschool work.
Yes. Can you take naps? No. You go to sleep. Yes, that was okay. I was just asking if you can move down a bit. I'll move your leg. You okay?
I can.
Go ahead, move up a bit. See, Gabrielle moved her leg for you. Move up a bit. Move up a bit. Those are my legs?
You cannot lay there. That's not a spot to lay down. Hey guys, good morning. This is the first time y'all are greeting me formally for the morning because it's been a whirlwind, okay? As you can see, these kids are starting to do their work right now, but if you knew what time we were up and ready to go versus what time it is now, you'd be a little shocked. You got Zoe over there crying to lay on a bench. A bench. Anyways, it's the first day of homeschooling, and we made a little mini post this morning on Instagram. If you follow us on our personal Instagram, you would have seen it. It was first day of virtual schooling through the school board. Reality versus expectations. You are.
No!
Excuse me.
Give me a move!
No, she shouldn't move. That's where she needs to sit for school.
I don't!
Excuse me. Who are you shouting at? Who are you?
I'm so not to mommy.
And that's not appropriate. You don't shout at your mommy. You're a child. Children listen, and if they are disrespectful, where should they go? On a time? Oh yeah, you pretend. Where do they go? You don't want to say it? Do you fear going on one?
No.
No, you want to go on one?
No.
Exactly. So you behave yourself, okay?
I don't.
Behave yourself.
I'm sleeping.
That is not where you sleep. And when you fall and hurt yourself, I'm not going to be surprised.
You're not being good.
You're not being a good, I'm not being a good listener. Do you hear this nonsense? Anyways, we got to pause that for a minute and clean up our workstation. I think for the most part, we got a lot of what we were struggling with this morning settled. Right, girls? What do you think? Yes and no? Yes, yes and no. You guys are asking first and foremost, what grades are the girls going into? I did answer this question in the description box below, but I think I should just put it out there for those of you guys who are wondering. So Michaela is in grade 11 for this year. Gabrielle is entering grade 9 for her first year in high school, and Charlotte is entering grade 7. So that being said, the two older girls are doing homeschool through virtual schooling through the school system. Michaela has been in the school systems once since last year. Gabrielle is kind of venturing in it for the first time this year, and it just so happens to be virtual schooling, and I'm not mad, except it's just not going off as we expected. Charlotte, on the other hand, is the only one doing regular homeschooling right now. And for her, it's been going good because she hasn't had any hiccups. But when we started off this morning, it was a bit of a nightmare. Okay. So guys, Gabrielle didn't receive her access code nor her email for the school So without those things, it was hard for her to log into the actual system to get started. There's just like no way around it. Michaela, on the other hand, had the access code because she was there last year, but then she was enrolled in a class that she already took that we already cleared up with the school, that like she took it during the summer, and she wasn't supposed to, it was supposed to be erased from her like agenda. And then the other courses that she is to take this semester are yet actually like in place. This whole virtual thing is a mess, y'all. It all just went horribly. Like that's not how it's supposed to go, and it's definitely not the expectation. But I'm not gonna say I'm entirely surprised. Like, I know this whole change and everything that came about as a result of just what's going on right now, it's just hard to figure out what to do and how to do it. But I feel like in this case, like, they should have had things a little bit prioritized already, because it's been a while since they kind of, you know, you had the selection of what your kids was doing, whether they were going back to school or sticking with the remote learning, which we already basically declared we were doing ages ago. And so it's just like a little bit of a bummer that it's all still not figured out. And the kids are supposed to be starting school today, the 23rd of September, when school's already began like the 8th for many people. So yeah, that's where we're at. So currently I'm sitting here because I just got the little one something simple to eat, some toast, nothing special, because she's being picky. I'm actually going to go ahead and remake that chicken that I made and I showed to you guys in the recent vlogs. Everyone really enjoyed it, and that was my first time making it, so they want me to make it again. I was going to make it yesterday, but the chicken didn't thaw out in time, so it's ready to go. Listen to this. To make matters worse, in the midst of it all, hubby calls at lunch, and we've been going back and forth trying to resolve this. Like, shout out to him, because even though he's at work, he was making mad effort to help resolve this stuff. Whether it's calling the school or sending out messages or whatever, he was doing his part on his end. So at lunchtime, we were just talking about the big mess. And while we're talking about that, I was also paying some bills in the background. So how about I was paying a bill through one of the, like, a major bank, and I logged in to pay it, and I had to transfer this money from another account. So I e-transferred it to myself, deposited it in the account. It showed that it was there, but this site was going super slow. Needless to say, the money finally deposited and everything. Then I was trying to make a payment from that account into, you know, to pay something, and it just wasn't working. It kept giving me like this error that there was like a technical difficulty. It was so frustrating. Somewhere on the site it was telling me to just like refresh my app or update it. So I went ahead and did that, and then I came back, and how about my money had just disappeared. Like, there's nowhere in sight, nowhere to be found. I went back to double check the e-transfer, and of course that's recorded that it's been paid or deposited already, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, can this day get any worse? So I ended up being on the phone again. Not that I wasn't already on the phone for a lot of this morning. So that's my little mini update for I don't want to say the worst day ever, because, you know, I'm sure it could always be worse, but it was just a really, yeah, just when you think things couldn't get any worse. Because I mean, I didn't have the best or the highest expectations or hopes for the day to begin with. I don't know why. I guess I just don't put that much faith in the system. I don't know. But with all that's going on, I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, and I understand from the side of the other people that they may be doing all they can. So I'm not like trying to bash anybody, but geez, like, it's still a rough go for parents, because this thing is not as smooth as it's declared to be or expected to be. Okay guys, so I didn't show you before, but Zoe's going to be doing a little bit of work. We have the abacus here. She's going to be doing some counting. Can you stop? She's going to be doing some counting, and then Charlotte's cleaning up her book.
In white.
We're going to do some write in white, where she's going to learn how to trace those letters or numbers. So don't come for Zoe. Zoe's still in her pajamas, even though it's like 1:30 in the day. But I mean, I don't look any better. But you know, in a perfect world, the girls, I'd have been able to come down here this morning, got the girls all set up, and just make sure everything was going well, and then I would have had time to run back upstairs and put myself together. I'm not even gonna lie, that I don't always want to do that because I'm not going anywhere. But in a perfect world, that would be ideal. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you made it all, if you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you made it all the way through, thank you, and thank you. And until next time, guys, much love. Say much love, Zozo.
Bye, bye.
Much love.